Right, we'll actually walk right past.
Shots out on the street. People fucking
Because as if we don't have enough, Steve has to do it himself.
That's right. Pictures, pictures, pictures.
The important thing, though, is there's not enough parking, and you'll see that some of the hospital parking is a long ways away, and it's not connected. But if we chose to do so, we could get angled parking on one side of this entire street, and indeed almost double the amount of parking. And by doing that, also slow down the speed of traffic. This is a side street. This is what we call an access street. It's not designed for people to go fast. And so we could add dramatically to the amount of parking on this street by adding in angled parking. First of all, I like the idea of one way in, a different way out, because it narrows the exposure of the pedestrians. So if we got this down to 14 feet, it's better for everybody. It helps the driver stay under control. It puts it right in the middle of the slot rather than some kind of an angle. And really helps us identify a much better walking environment. Now, if we were long-term, not short-term, to create an urban form for this whole area, this building's already sitting in the right place. So we bring the sidewalk back. It would basically be part and parcel of this. They can get a little more space for their outdoor eating. But now have a really nice buffer to the street. And now a beautiful row of trees. And truly, a person is going to start to get a sense of arrival in Brattleboro. And it really, it's good business. It makes more money. It slows traffic down. It makes it very easy to walk from one building to another, or to start to walk the entire corridor to get to the hospital. So it really is the right location to make that statement that we're transforming the behavior of the driver.
25-year state repaving and reconstruction. So this is all the new design. This is the result
To accommodate the physical realm for the pedestrian, to make it a comfortable place to walk. As you do that, you probably now want on-street parking to create that border or buffer for the pedestrians, and truly read like any really high-quality urban street. So let's talk about intersections. This intersection is just so-so. It's not that authentic or that good, but it is doing the work it needs to do to get traffic muscle through and things like that. Does everybody see that Walgreens actually wants to be up on this corner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Begging to be on this corner. And notice the crossing on the far side of the street, how long that crossing is. And then notice this is much more complex, because we have to get rid of the right turning flow. But the right turning flow, this is called a pork chop island. If you look at it from Google Earth, that looks just like a pork chop. And they got the angle wrong.
Yes, it did.
The more they bend the angle, the harder it is for people to see the traffic. And the more likely the motorist who's coming up behind them sees they've got a great gap, run into the rear end of the car. So you lose capacity of the road, you have the possibility of more crashes, and it creates this bizarre situation where the motorist is looking to the left, which they better do, but some pedestrian or bicyclist could be coming from the right. So it really creates an awkward situation. So one of your most drop-dead gorgeous views in town, beautiful trees in the middle, whatever you want. Now you've got a beautiful terminating vista coming up this street and coming down this way, but look what the view is here. So you really, as this goes and gets reworked over time, you want that to be as commanding of a view as you can get. Now, to help set that stage, You could do on-street parking on both of these areas. The roundabout truly, because it just eats up and spews out traffic, doesn't need all this space. So now you can have parking, and the sidewalk's almost set exactly where you want it. And now you can have liner buildings on both sides, coming all the way back in. So this becomes the start of a very authentic village, and truly convenient to where, you know, you've already zoned for lodging, you've got easy access in and off the freeway, and now as a person comes in and you give them a real authentic feeling for what Brattleboro's potential is.
Down this way, I might want to
Yeah, let's pull this way.
let them out.
So, Dan,